Okay, first of all, thank you very much for this awesome opportunity to be here. And well, Rebricks is we are fairly a new company, so we cannot really give you any information about like what could have done if we started earlier because we are a company that launched our first product I think like 3 months prior to COVID outbreak. So we are starting our business during the COVID period. So yes, so I'm just going to share like a little bit of our story, a little bit of a journey to like to start a startup in this situation. And maybe a little bit about me. If you guys wondering why I can start this, how can I be in this industry when my background is actually in psychology and hospitality, is because basically I came from a family who actually run a construction industry for almost 30 years now. So after graduation and everything, I went back to the family business, and yeah, I help my family for some times, and I get all the practical knowledge from them. Okay, let's move on to the next slide, please. We can move on to the next
Next
slide.
slide.
Yes. So maybe like before I start, let's talk about a little bit about the plastic waste. Like we all know, like, but we often kind of numb about it or like forget about it. But if you can see like on the screen, like there is a packaging of instant noodle, instant coffee, plastic bags, refills, and then like labels in a bottle drinks, and then like all the chocolate and multi-layer and sachet packaging in the picture. Like before I started like my journey in changing my lifestyle to be a little bit more zero waste, like I always thought that buying refills, such as like refills for soap, refill for shampoo, is a little bit better for the environment because we don't buy the bottle. But do you guys all know that this type of plastic, like the soft plastic packagings, like the sachets that you can see the aluminum foil inside, and then like the instant noodle packaging, and this soft plastics is actually considered to be rejected plastic. What I meant by rejected plastic is like this type of plastic is actually really hard to be recycled. Can we move to the next slide, please? So the problem we are currently facing, like at least in Indonesia, but I'm sure also in most of the Southeast Asian country, like we don't have any solution yet for this type of packaging plastic waste. So we don't have a recycling technology to separate to actually like recycle the packaging plastic into raw material, and we also don't have an eco-friendly enough incinerator to incinerate this plastic packaging waste. As a result, this plastic packaging waste of rejected plastic will be sent directly to the landfill or worse, leaking to our environment. So in our so can you imagine that basically if this is morning, all of you drink like the instant coffee, that means that the packaging will be stay in our landfill for a very, very long time. Or worse, it would be like in our ocean and we'll be back when we actually like for our next generation, for our kids. So we actually like inherits our waste to the kids. Let me go to the next slide. So based on this problem or like the realization of this problem, Rebricks come to offer a solution by turning this packaging plastic waste into building materials that using an eco-friendly method, because in our method we don't burn the plastic, so therefore no toxic fume. And then like knowing that plastic waste is a very enormous problem, so we do believe that in order for us to give a solution, we need to be able to be mass produced. Rubrik is mass produced, and all of our product are laboratory tested to in order to actually like to ensure safety of our product. Currently, we have three products. One is pavers for parking lot and pedestrian, and the second one is hollow block, and the third one is roaster for ventilation. All of our product contain 20% of rejected plastic or packaging plastic. We have competitive price, and also like all the pressure power fits the standardized criteria of Indonesian national standard. And also we tested our product to be non-combustible in a laboratory in Singapore. So this is a little bit about our product. Can we go to the next page, please? This is like the certification or the standardized test that we went through. We did a non-combustible test in Singapore, and we passed the non-combustibility test. We also did the oil test run in Singapore. We got the R12 category, or we are already safe to be used for parking lot and also for walking for roads. And also, we did a pressure power in our Ministry of Industry laboratory. And the test result shows that it fits the criteria of Indonesian national standard. We have a pressure power of 250 kilogram per square centimeter for the pavement. And then we have 50 kilogram per square centimeter for the hollow blocks. So let's move to the next slide. This is a little bit of our samples. Like the number below, if you're wondering, is how many plastic waste that we actually recycle in this project. So like in this, for example, in this project, we recycle 180,000 pieces of rejected plastic. That means that there is 180 pieces, 80,000 pieces less that we send to the landfills. So we can move on quickly. It's like to the next slide. This is also another samples. And then the next slide, please. This is like we just actually launched our second product, the Hollow Blocks, in July, and then we are very much happy that actually we managed to already sold the bricks prior to launch. So we see this as a very positive response from the market. So this is one of our project. We have a this house is built from recycled hollow blocks. Okay, we can move on. So this is our business model. So actually, like in making our business model, we actually develop it, change it several times along the way because like we launched we started our research in 2018, and then in November 2019 we launched our first product. So at the beginning we had we were focusing on B2B and B2C market and also to the government, but and then because of the pandemic it changed several way, but right now our business model is actually like through sales and collaboration. So with sales, of course, to B2C and B2B, but we also offer collaboration program where we actually offer services like recycling service to companies, because we believe that companies have also EPR responsibility. So we give collaboration such as like we recycle their waste and then they will absorb back the product from their waste for their own activities such as CSR activity or for their own buildings and a company's need. We also have two programs, Rebricks City and Rebricks C. With Rebricks C, this is like an upcoming program that we are going to focus on next year. We are going to actually offering a holistic program in a coastal area where we try to work with the local stakeholders, with the government, local government, to give holistic for example, we start from the raising awareness from the people, and then we also collecting the waste from the oceans, and then we going to build a Rebricks workshop in a coastal area where we can recycle the waste from the ocean and then turning it into a building material that we can use to build the local community. That's basically Rebricks City. So this is our business model. Uh, so a little bit of the story when we started in 2019, and then like we started with actually trying to secure the supply, but and then with the pandemic situation in March 2020, like we were actually just started to market our product, and then like actually the pandemic hits, we were forced to be in a lockdown for 3 months. So we actually forced to use only internet and social media to actually gain revenue. So it was a very tough time at the beginning, but this is also a very interesting finding because like with Rebricks, most 90% of our revenue comes from online contacts, basically from social media and from the internet base. So the people who bought our product sometimes didn't even come to our workshop. So this is just a very interesting finding compared to like our family construction business that they got their revenue mostly from the people who come to our workshop. So I think it's because of the COVID situation or also because of a sustainability industry is more cater for like more younger people who actually know how to use the internet and the social media and everything. So we can continue, please. So this is like a tangible impact we have created so far. So despite all the pandemic in the 2020, in the 6 months, we counted as 6 month effective operation, we managed to apply 1,000 kilogram of rejected plastic into products and then applied it on several projects. And in 2021, we actually managed to grow, have a five-time growth. We apply 5,000 kilogram of rejected plastic until September 2021. So we see this as a very positive response. And as a young startup, we are very happy that in our second years, we actually managed to be sustained, self-sustained. We already managed to pay all the operational costs and reach a little bit of like a, yeah, we are quite self-sustained at the moment. So we see this as a very good sign. And also like a little bit story about us. We get all of our waste directly from the people. So how we do that? Right now we have like a community that we call Rebrickers, 27,000 people that follow us in our social media. So at the beginning, we collect the waste from the people by starting a social media campaign that asking people to send their waste to us. We have 4 door points in Jakarta, Tangerang, and Bandung. Currently, we have 2,310 regular supplier from 16 cities. The 1660 shows that actually people are very eager to collect and recycle their waste. They are already like more concerned about the environment. So there is a need of a solution for rejected plastic in other cities, not only in Jakarta. We also added value for the rejected plastic by buying it from two waste banks. So we can move to the next slide, please. This is our sales compared to 2021. Compared to 2020, we managed to grow 5 times. Maybe in a number, it's not a very amazing or out or like I mean like in terms of number, maybe it's not really like a overwhelmingly high number, but we see this 5 time growth as a very very positive response from the market. Despite of all the lockdown, pandemic, and this situation, we managed to convince the market to use our product. And also, like we see this as a very high milestone because, like in 2021, at least the end of 2021, we managed to be like self-reliance as a company. So we can continue for the next slide, please. This is like a little bit of milestone and growth. So at the beginning, like as I mentioned before, like I think like the first half of 2020, we were like so confused about like how can we market our product as a new company. So we were like basically like it's a doing everything online is like a very very challenging things, especially for us because like we are a big brick and mortar company. We need to usually in the past what we do, we need to do like a sales call to several architecture company and developer and then like showing our product and everything. But and the first 6 months of 2020 we couldn't do that. So therefore like yeah, at the beginning we only try to do like we collaborate with the landscaper and then basically another company who works in a sustainability business. And then because like the first 6 months we didn't really know what we need to do, we you know we are new, so we actually like choose to join a competition because like we see this as a chance for us to make ourselves a little bit known for the two people. So we joined Circular Innovation Jam, and fortunately we won the awards. So from there we got exposure from medias, and then we believe that there is no such thing as a bad advertisement. We just talk to every media or everyone who actually wants to talk with us because like we see this as the only way to spread our story, to make ourselves known so people can use our product. So in 2021 we thanks to the winning the award in 2021 we managed to make more collaboration with architecture company. We had a small project with Alam Sutra. We see this as a very high milestone. And then we collaborate with several multinational company and partnership with international company as well by giving some of them is like giving us funding to do research. So this is a little bit about our growth and milestone. uh, you can continue please to the next slide. So this is our team. We as a core team, like me, I'm Ovy Sabrina, the CEO and co-founder, and then Tanovita is my co-founder. She cannot make it today, but Yeah, I'm here. And then we have Arik Sanjaya. She is the head of our R&D, who is also a PhD student in civil engineering. So he is the one who actually help us in formulation and then for research. Apart from our core team, we have our advisor who help us in order to plan ahead and then grow our business. On the last note, like let's collaborate to create cleaner ocean and greener cities together, one brick at a time with Rebricks. Thank you very much, everyone. If you have any question, please go ahead.